Power in the Word, sponsored by Napa Auto Parts, Kissimmee, St. Cloud, and Sanford. Go by Napa for all of your auto parts needs. And if this program has been a blessing to you, call us up at 407-523-1991. Again, that's 407-523-1991. Or look us up on the web at morganministries.org. That's morganministries.org. And thank you for listening to this program. God bless.
This is WOKB 1680 AM Winter Garden
and W264DV
100.7 FM Kissimmee, the heart and soul of Central Florida. The following program has been pre-recorded.
Community Matters is brought to you by the law offices of Sean R.H. Smith.
Our practice focuses on elder law, where we specialize in wills, trusts, probates, and estates. Our offices are conveniently located in downtown Orlando, off of Kirkland Road as well, and we even have an office in the city of Apopka.
All right. What's up, Orlando? We're in the community where it matters on 1680, your urban empowerment and inspiration station, 1680 FM, AM and 90.7 FM.
You got those numbers right, Dan?
99.7.
Good afternoon, Orlando.
Yes. I received that.
Are you ready?
Oh yes, 100.7. We just taking over we're taking over the air.
100.7. Here we go.
Yeah, you know, I watch. When you're watching TV, and then they tell you about all those commercials about Medicaid, Medicare. And then they give you this 800 number. Then they say 800, and they say 100. I said 100. I didn't know 100 was a word. I thought it was 100. But that's the new thing now. So it's 100.7.
You must be watching those urban channels.
No.
Like BET and...
That's what I thought. No, these are the mainstream. They're saying 100. That's a new word. 100.
100 is a new word.
Yeah, not 100, as I was taught. It's 100. 100.7.
Sounds like the wind gust of Hurricane Ian, 120 something.
Ooh, wow.
So everyone's out there who's driving in the car, getting their stuff ready for Ian that's supposed to come.
We know someone, Ian. Ian's not.
I'm sure
Ian's a
everybody,
good guy.
I'm sure everybody knows an Ian.
Yeah, Ian getting a bad rap. He's getting a bad rap. But hey. We usually talk about the week in review.
The week in review.
But this is what's happening now.
Yeah. This week in review.
Right.
Or not even in review, in preview.
So Sean, what are some of the preparedness things, since you're prepared, you are a preparedness attorney.
Yeah.
You want to get your wills and estates and trusts together.
Let's remind everyone that this broadcast is sponsored by the law offices of Sean R.H. Smith, PA, taking care of all of your estate planning, elder law, wills, trust, guardianship needs.
Yes.
You can give us a call at 321-295-7801, 321-295-7801.
And it was interesting that someone needed some help with an estate, and as soon as we got off the air, they want that number. So what's that number again?
321-295-7801. Talking about getting things prepared.
Yeah.
As you were asking me, what are some of the things that we can do to be prepared for Hurricane Ian?
Yeah, like have you started, or did you start, or are you thinking it's going to pass and you're not going to prepare?
Oh, it's definitely going to pass. It's going to pass right over, right through Orlando. I wonder if this is how the children of Israel felt when Passover was coming, and it's like, oh, we got to put the blood on the
post.
On the post.
Doorpost.
Yeah, so yeah, my family has been getting prepared. Big ups to my wife, who's been doing a lot of the preparedness. You know, she grew up
here.
She grew up in Miami,
so she's used to this.
Oh yeah, and her dad was a big time hurricane preparedness person. He used to, in fact, take out the old maps, and they used to give the longitude and latitude of the hurricane, and he would track the storms on the longitude and latitude maps. Yeah, so
wow. So so you guys got your water?
Yeah, I think she got a whole lot of stuff. I had to run out for the radio show.
You don't have to worry. You know, you got a pool, so if y'all run out of water, you can just get your water from your pool.
Yeah, we can't drink the pool water though.
Maybe boil it.
It still won't work. We could use it to flush the toilets. That's what we could use it for.
Something.
So this so we've got we went on and got some batteries today.
Batteries.
Stocked up on some food, got the deep freeze all filled with stuff.
All right.
Got the flashlights ready.
Yes.
Batteries for the radios.
Did you see the text I sent out? I sent the text I sent in our group. Hey, if you need some help, I'll come help you. You come help me.
I see you volunteering me for all of your stuff.
Well, because I'm coming to your house first, and then I come help you. Then after I help you, then you have no choice but you come help me.
I have to come help you.
then we go help.
You bring in some boards so we can board up my windows?
We ain't talking about board. I'm talking like sandbags and all that.
I see a lot of people going out and getting sandbags, but we really don't live in like a flood zone, flood area. We really typically don't have to get sandbags.
Yeah. But
you've gotten sandbags before?
Yeah, because sometimes, you can get a little leaky. Some places, just in case around
the door, the front door,
and all that. Yeah, I mean, we don't. We got a big drainage thing outside too, a big hill. But sometimes they're saying that the soil is very saturated.
It is extremely saturated
already with water. So we're gonna even get more water. So that's why you just never know. So do you need anything taken in?
I gotta bring in my I got to bring in my grill.
See, that's why I say, I'll come help you. You help me.
I got to bring in. We got some chairs outside. Got to decide if I'm going to bring them inside or just throw them in the pool.
And we got our big DJ.
He's coming too?
Yeah, hey, we got to feed him and all that. But he looking at me like, no, that's not playing. That's not part of the plan.
See, and then I got, my kids got some pool toys and stuff out in the back. We got to bring that in.
So you're not going to just let it drift? So what is it you were going to let drift in the water?
Oh, the chairs, the lawn chairs. You can throw that in the pool.
Does it sink?
It will sink.
Okay.
And then
you got to get it out.
Yeah, that'll be fun. You jump in. Go get it. That's the fun part. So let's talk about the fun things about a hurricane.
Okay, yes.
The fun things.
The pros and the cons.
Right.
Okay.
So let's start off with the pros. The pros that the kids don't have school. They have no school. School's out for
That's like
hurricane.
snow days up north.
Yeah. Oh man, but the snow days are much better than hurricane days.
Well, yeah, because there's a lot of people that's down here that are new.
Yes, to the hurricane.
Yep. This is their first hurricane.
Right.
You got people from New York and from up north and all over the place, California now. So this is new to them.
But listen, because you brought up snow days. Snow days are 10 times better than hurricane days.
Up in Detroit.
Right.
Boy.
Now, ice storms are no good because sometimes you lose power. But snow days, you typically don't lose power.
Right.
And you don't have no school.
Right.
And then you go outside.
And the snowman.
Oh, it's nothing but snow. It's
fight.
beautiful. And you just play in the snow, watch movies, have a fireplace on, and have no school. Listen to Christmas music. Let it snow.
There you go.
Snow day, man. I was in Pennsylvania, and my first snow, I was like, this is nice.
It's nice. Huh?
It's the bomb. Then you got to wait a while for them to clear the roads.
Right.
And I lived in the country, so it took a little bit longer for them to come and clear them. But that was it, And then you're out of school.
Yep. Nice.
But hurricane days, you got no electricity.
Yeah, that's the downside. So if you don't have so the good, we're talking about the good things. The good things. So no school. You can get a lot of snacks.
Have you started eating your hurricane snacks yet?
Not yet.
That's good.
Get you some jerky.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, you just never know.
Right.
You can't. You get the hot dogs. What you gonna do? You make sure your grill works.
My grill's gonna be up and running. Hot. You know, you want to stop by? We'll be grilling.
Okay.
On Thursday and Friday. Lord willing, we don't lose electricity.
You gonna grill in the rain?
No, after the rain.
Okay, after the rain.
After the rain.
Okay.
And then what we did. I won't advise this, but one storm when it was raining real bad. Before the wind picked up, we went out and ran around the pool. And
Yeah. A little fun.
Yeah, but I wouldn't advise that because,
lightning is still a real thing.
Lightning and thunder.
This is still the lightning capital in the whole state.
So what do you have to pick up from around your house?
Just some chairs outside. There's some chairs out in the patio area, and in the front, there's some things that could be projectiles.
Right.
So just move it in the garage.
You boarding up your windows?
No.
Okay.
It's not that. It's not expected to be that windy.
It's not.
You have to board things
Who
up.
told you this? It's not expected to be that windy.
All the weathermen.
It's gonna be windy.
Yeah, it's windy, but not board up windy.
Right. Typically, we board up like if you're closer to the seas.
Yes. And they used to put tape was a big thing,
right?
But then they said it doesn't really do anything.
The tape is for like if the little tree branch smashes into the window. Hopefully, it'll keep. If it's cracked, it'll keep it together.
Yeah. So I don't put tape on. It's hard to take off.
What time is this hurricane supposed to be? What time is Ian coming to visit? Do you know?
It usually comes in at like a thief in the night.
I know.
Comes late at night. So we advise all of our listeners to do everything that you're supposed to do today and early tomorrow.
Yeah, because
it's supposed to come tomorrow evening.
One of the news channels was saying that everybody should be
done by 9:00.
Exactly. You watched the same. Which was it? PM or 9:00 tomorrow? AM. 9:00 tomorrow AM.
That's what my weather reporter wife Rebecca told me.
Oh, okay. So yeah, tomorrow at 8 p.m. it's supposed to be like right over us.
Wow, and they say it's slow.
No, 8 p.m. Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday. Come on, Sean, you on?
I get it right.
Get it right. The views and opinions expressed is only the views and opinions of us.
8 p.m. Wednesday, it will be crossing over, going to land. And then 8 p.m. Thursday, it'll be, because they say it's supposed to like stall over.
Yeah.
Please don't help us. Remember when it stalled over Bahamas?
That's why I said it's the rain that they're concerned about.
And the extended wind.
Yeah. And it could spun, it could put out.
Tornadoes.
Tornadoes.
That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, it could, So what is it?
They could spin tornadoes.
Yeah, right. Spun. Yeah, what's the right weather term?
I can't remember. That's why we are not meteorologists.
Right.
We didn't go to school.
It can spun tornadoes.
Right.
But
another
tornadoes spin.
Yeah. Another thing I like is to see how high the different ponds and lakes get.
Ooh, yeah. Like we got a big retention area in our back. People think it's a lake when it's filled.
Right. So this weekend you're gonna look at it's gonna be filled with water. That's always interesting.
Yeah, the ducks are happy.
Where do the ducks go during the hurricane?
That's a good one. They fly away from it.
They start looking for the ark.
The ark of safety.
See, that's the problem. If you look outside your street and you see the animals walking 2 by 2,
it's a problem.
Right. I'll follow them. I'll follow them jokers. Wherever they're going, I'm gonna follow them into the ark.
Yeah, but on a serious note, we pray that everyone stays safe. Take this storm serious.
Yes.
Check on your elderly relatives and neighbors, because sometimes it's hard for them to get out and get something. So I think it's good to have a buddy system. Check on everybody to see if everybody's okay. We have a good group. I know I got a lot of relatives in Tampa. I haven't gotten any calls yet. They're coming my way, but
right.
You
better check on them.
I've checked on some.
What did they say they're gonna do?
Some gonna stay.
Stay.
Yeah. People like to stay and hunker down. Yeah, I guess I don't know if this is a good thing. We're talking about the fun things of hurricanes. There's people who like to throw hurricane parties.
Are you throwing one?
No, probably after the hurricane, because you got to eat all that food.
That's true. with no electricity. That's the part we don't. Oh, the cons of our hurricanes is not having electricity.
Yeah.
And in Florida, it's humid.
Oh my
and
goodness.
hot. And it's not like, oh, let's turn on the fan. You can't turn on anything. It's just miserable. That's what I'm not looking forward to.
No.
I may turn the AC down to like 50. So when it finally goes out, at least the little cool air lasts a little bit longer.
Well, then just don't open up no doors.
Right. But the thing is, like last time we had a hurricane, we just swam in the pool the entire time until the AC came back on.
Oh, okay. All right.
Maybe that's what we'll have to do.
That's a good thing. So, so everyone, we want you to prepare, take this serious, do what you have to do, be patient. There's a lot of people coming from out of town, so your patience is very needed and required when you're in the gas lines or if you're in the grocery stores.
Yeah, don't be cussing people out. Yeah, that's the thing. Don't be cussing people out. Don't be fussing at anybody.
Right. And most of our listeners are Christians, so they gotta be Christian.
Please, because that's one of the virtues, one of the fruits of the Spirit. Be patient. Mm-hmm. My wife this morning when she was shopping was like, "Oh, the lines are long," and the cupboards are probably bare. Everybody's doing their shopping and doing the last minute preparation.
I'll tell everybody a little secret. It won't be a secret.
Yeah, once you tell us, it won't be a secret.
But everyone goes to a lot of the major stores to get things and grocery store, to get supplies. This is the best time if you want to go to the dollar store. People don't be thinking about that. They have supplies.
You sure? I think the dollar store will be packed too.
Every time around the hurricanes, everybody's at these big major stores. Dollar store is just a little few people and they got stuff.
I don't know how true that is. I think
I did it myself.
You don't realize how popular the dollar stores are now.
Well, but they have so many of them. So one dollar store, you go to the next dollar store. So that's a little secret.
Now, what is your favorite hurricane snack?
Oh my goodness. I have no hurricane.
Pop-Tarts.
Now, that's your favorite hurricane snack. There's probably some trail mix.
Trail mix.
Yeah, the blend of I like the turkey jerky.
Oh,
yeah,
that's not a good snack.
You can only eat so much bologna and all that.
Right, get a good sandwich. I need to tell my wife to get me some sandwich meat.
Yeah, watch that. You gotta watch that cholesterol and the salt.
For what?
Because it's high in sodium.
This is not
processed.
We're talking about snacks. You can snack on what you want to during the hurricane. All diets and health laws, you put it to the sides. It's survival mode during the hurricane. You just gotta survive.
Oh yeah. Then you have that stroke. Then you gonna be the ambulance can pick you up. Because I was trying to survive, so I ate all that salty stuff. Dude.
So what's a healthy snack then? Get some bananas, some raisins.
Get some fruit, perishable fruit that you can eat. Bananas, apples. Yeah, you have those around. And that keeps you have grapes, keep the kids happy and active.
Is that what you eat?
Yeah, it's there. Yeah, it's there. Because cookies, that's another favorite. You be just do what you gotta do in moderation. So who's gonna be doing the cooking during the hurricane? Is that gonna be you, or is that gonna be Beck? It's probably Beck. We just get stuff, just have it, just in case. Now, grilling, we'll go over to Sean's. come through for the. Listen, I have the grill, but I'll put you on the grill. So, did you buy any beef ribs? No. Go get some beef ribs. Giving me ideas. Exactly. It's a good time for beef ribs. We could be eating up some beef ribs on the grill. Yeah, that's a good thought. We got the hamburgers, the hot dogs. Yeah, so you want to keep it simple and keep it moving. You don't want, beef ribs. You got to put that in the refrigerator. I got a deep freeze. I keep it in the deep freeze. Okay, and then you got to thaw it out. As hot as it is in Florida, it's not going to have any problems thawing out. Not at all. What else is happening?
The weekend review, man. The hurricane. Everybody's dealing with that. What's happening in politics?
Tomorrow, you probably won't be able to watch, but the January 6th committee, they're resuming.
They are? They're not going to postpone it because of the hurricane here in Florida?
Why? They're in D.C.
Right.
Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting turn of events.
What is new that they're going to bring out? What are they coming up with now?
They say they have some new stuff. Got some new stuff.
And if you have electricity, you're going to be watching it?
I'll tune in a little bit.
You don't sound as excited about it now as you were before.
Well, it's just so much going on. People in Russia trying to run out of the country. The young men, they're trying to avoid the draft.
Oh, in Russia?
Yeah, it's crazy over there. They're going to all the neighboring countries.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, this is it's not my war.
Right.
So, pray for our people over. Pray for the people in Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Pray for the people in Ukraine. There's a lot of people who do not even believe in what's, the war itself. They don't want to call it a war.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's so many things going on. We got to pray for our brothers and sisters in Puerto Rico, too.
Yeah, because they had
Ivan hit that first. Ian hit them first.
No, it's Fiona.
Okay, yeah, Fiona. I forgot about Fiona.
Yeah.
Fiona almost hit Bermuda, too.
Yeah, it went by Bermuda. Listen, Bermuda can handle it, some hurricanes.
Yeah, man. I saw the meteorologists or whoever over there. They said that we build our structures to withstand 120
right.
mile an hour.
Because, for example, it went through Bermuda. Nobody, died. Then it hit over in Canada.
Yeah.
Destruction and devastation in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
But, you look at the way that some of these new houses are built.
Wood. Sticks.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that here.
You do. That's what they've been building. I've seen some of this new construction going up around here and seen a lot of wood. And I think in Bermuda is pure brick from the bottom to the top, all the way to the ceiling.
So do you think that the government should implement or institute more stringent
government regulations,
codes on building?
More government intrusion?
I'm asking you. You brought up a good point.
More blue tape and government regulation. Listen,
but it may save more lives.
If you want a house with boards in it, then you can buy a house with boards. But then
your insurance, the insurance people are running out of Florida.
Exactly. They fleeing. So that's another big problem.
So if you have a better structure, you may have better insurance.
And that's another thing that people need to check, because a lot of the insurance companies have been leaving Florida.
Yes. Check your policies now. This is a good time.
Yeah, maybe too late.
Yeah, well, make sure you have a policy.
Right, if you have a policy. Because a lot of times in order to get a new policy, you've had to get your roof inspected.
Right.
And in order to insure the roofs, they've been asking you to get
a new roof.
And you're like, I ain't got no money for a new roof.
Isn't it just like that's
it's a catch-22.
Yeah.
You don't have insurance and then a lot of the insurance rates have risen.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, but definitely, man, Lord, because especially now after this hurricane goes through.
Oh, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it is. It is. And then you got to watch out for these
predators.
For the general contract. I can fix your roof.
Right. We'll file for you.
Right.
Make sure you find, this is another tip. Thanks, John. Make sure you get a general contractor that's insured themselves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Bonded and insured.
Yes.
Don't
yes.
And they prey on the elderly.
Yeah.
That's another bad thing. They guys just walking around in the neighborhood say, hey, we can do your roof. You don't have to file. We don't want your rates to go up. So just pay us. And they'll pay them, and they'll never get it done. And
that's, that reminds me of in talking about helping and assisting our elderly. One of the tools that we draft at our office is something called a power of attorney.
Mm-hmm.
And many times, if you want to assist an elderly person, your loved one, whether it be your mother, your father, your uncle, or your aunt, and they may need to file a claim for their roof or get their roof fixed, and they really don't know how to do it on their own, through the agent of a power of attorney, you could file those documents on their behalf and speak to the insurance company on their behalf, and even speak to the contractors on their behalf. So if you're looking to be able to assist your loved ones, especially after the hurricane, that may be an important document to get, that being a durable power of attorney. We'll remind you that you can give our office a call at 321-295-7801, 321-295-7801. In addition, depending on what happens during the hurricane, if a loved one may need to go into the hospital, we draft documents called advance directives to assist them in those documents.
And what are advance directives?
Well, there's two major documents that we deal with: the healthcare surrogate and the living will. So if someone's in the hospital and they need help, someone to assist in making medical decisions for them, the document that they would need will be that of a healthcare surrogate. So if they would sign and document that legal document, then you could help your mother or father or loved one who may be in the hospital or need assistance through the document called the healthcare surrogate. And a living will was a document that would take place if you're still alive. We've talked about and heard us talk about the last
that's why it's called living will.
Living will. If someone's in the hospital and the living will would indicate the situations, the specific situations and circumstances that life support measures should be imposed or whether or not they should be withheld.
Imposed or deposed?
Withhold or impose is the terminology that I used with my English degree.
Okay. English degree. Okay. So that's a good. Those are some excellent points that people need to think about, even during these times.
Definitely.
You always need to reevaluate your insurance policies, your wills, your trusts, to make sure everything you have in place. And even if you don't have a trust, get a trust.
Get a trust.
You can trust the trust.
In God
you can't
we
trust the will.
Yes. In God we trust.
So for me saying you can't trust the will, some people say, what do you mean? That means if you have a will, maybe you should be able to.
You can't trust the will to help you avoid probate. Put it that way. You can't trust the will to help you avoid probate. And we've talked about this. We talked about this in our seminars, and I'm going to tell everyone again, because that's probably the number one misconception in our community today. When I say our community, in our state today, in our nation, and maybe even in the world, regardless of your race or complexion or creed, is that if you have a will, that's the embodiment of a complete estate plan, and that is false. A will not help you avoid probate. A will not stop you from going to court. A will is a ticket to the courthouse.
It's interesting because I even have family members. I was trying to help them out, trying to give them some free advice, and they just have a will. And I was like, you really need to get this trust in place. They're like, yeah, we talked to a reputable attorney. He said this is good. What we have, this will supersedes this, that, and the other. I was like, okay, things happen. Guess where they're at?
They're in probate court.
I was like,
I told you so.
And you hate to say that. It's like.
So did you say it?
Yeah, no.
You call him up now and tell him I told you so.
I told him a different way.
What way did you tell him?
I said, didn't somebody tell you that?
That's what you said to them?
Right.
And what was their response?
Well, yeah, we did hear that you did say that. So I was like, okay.
So I say, did you call that reputable attorney to do the probate matter? Did they?
It's caught up in there. So, yes, it's like you really have to be empowered. Knowledge is power. Community matters. Listen to the Urban Empowerment Station. There's no excuse for our people not to be empowered.
Urban Empowerment and Inspiration Station.
Yeah, we inspire as we empower. Go together. Yeah, so, yep, that's true. And people don't realize until they're in it, So it's like we try to help them out before they're down that wrong path.
So are they in probate court now?
Yes, they're in probate court. They're in probate court, and they have to wait and wait and wait. And they do have assets, and they still have to wait.
So listen, we're going to go to a quick break. We're going to hear a quick song, and after the break, we'll continue with our weekend review and give you some
other
more
things that matters
and some other community
I know
matters.
People are interested in knowing when is the next seminar that you're having.
They are?
Mm-hmm.
You took a poll and
I took a poll.
and they said, I want to know when you're having another seminar.
Yep. 4 out of 5 people said that they want to know when you're having it.
We do have some new dates. We're going to tell you how to, if you can't wait for the date, we can give you the information so you can watch the seminar now.
Oh, there's some virtual seminars.
Virtual seminar
All
on
right.
demand.
Yes,
on
I like
demand.
that. So we need to let them know.
How they can watch an on-demand seminar. That's something they can do while they still have electricity during the hurricane.
Right.
Is to watch a on-demand seminar to give you all the information, instruction you need on your estate plan.
So, as our DJ is, here we go.
I will trust in the Lord all my days, all my days. I will trust in the Lord all my days, all my days. And I will be satisfied with you. I will be satisfied with you. Said I will be satisfied with you. Said I will be satisfied with you. Yeah. I said I will trust in the Lord all my days. Yeah. All my days. Said I will trust in the Lord all my days. All my days. I will be satisfied with you. When you tell me to go left, I will be satisfied with you. Yep. If you tell me to go right, I will be satisfied with you. Whatever you tell me to do, I'm satisfied with you. Come on, lift it up, I will be satisfied. Satisfied with you. Hey, Lord, I am satisfied with you. Whatever may come, oh God, I'm satisfied with you. Oh Lord, I'm satisfied with you. Yeah. Where you lead, I'll go. I will trust your word, God. Trust your word. You have complete control. Come on, say I will be satisfied with you. Come on, you better come on. Where you lead, I'll go. Hey, I will trust you, Lord.
Community Matters is brought to you by the law offices of Sean R.H. Smith.
Our practice focuses in the area of elder law. We specialize in wills, trusts, probates, and estates. Our offices are located in downtown Orlando, off of Kirkman Road as well, and even in Apopka.
And remember, a will is not a way to avoid probate.
We here at our firm like to educate you to help you avoid probate.
Join us again next week
on 1680, your urban empowerment and inspiration.
All right, we're back.
I will be satisfied with you.
Yes,
with Jesus Christ alone. You know, in these times and situations and circumstances, wish we had the bishop on, but, you know, going through a hurricane, what is the spiritual relevance or spiritual application of times like this? I mean, like, can the Bible even relate to this type of situation?
Oh, yeah.
But there were no hurricanes in the Bible.
Yeah.
Jesus didn't go through a hurricane, or did he?
Hey,
I remember that time when he was on a boat.
Yep. There's this song that kids sing with Jesus as the captain.
With Jesus in the vessel.
In the vessel.
I could smile at the storm. Smile at the storm. Smile at the storm.
As what? As he goes sailing by?
As we go sailing by.
You know, I haven't sang that song.
Yeah, with Jesus in the vessel. But,
you know.
And that's another problem. You know what? That makes me think. Why is Jesus in the vessel in the middle of the storm? He don't know that the storm's coming. He can't say, he didn't have Doppler radar to say, listen, disciples, there's a storm coming. We probably shouldn't get on this boat right now.
He knows every storm that's coming, that's there, and that you're going through. He even know the names of them before the people name them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the whole point. When he's in the vessel, when he's in your vessel, you can weather the storm. You can smile at the storm. You can be in the storm. You can be on top of the storm, looking down at the storm.
Right.
But he'll take control.
See,
and guide you
I
through
thought
the storm.
I thought the song would say, with Jesus in the vessel, we can avoid the storm.
No.
With Jesus in the vessel, we go around the storm.
No.
Around the storm.
No.
Around the storm.
No.
With Jesus in the vessel, we can avoid the storm.
No.
See, but why not?
Because we're gonna have storms.
Obviously, we're
gonna have a storm in our life.
God is bringing a storm in our lives.
Sometime, somewhere.
So
you're gonna have a storm.
So the promise is not that with Jesus I will avoid the storm.
Wow.
But that with Jesus will be with me
in the storm,
through the storm, in the storm,
around the storm.
The storm's not going around us. Like I said, we're going through the storm.
We're going through the storm. Wherever the storm is, he's going to be there with you.
He's going to be with us. So when I don't have no lights, Jesus will be my light.
He'll be your light.
When I don't have no air conditioning,
he'll be the cool wind. That still small voice.
Suppose I ain't got no roof.
He'll be your shade.
He'll be my refuge. Jesus will be my insurance too.
Hey, he is the ultimate insurance.
Yes, he is.
You want to be in his hands, not Allstate. You think you're in good hands with Allstate.
In good hands with Jesus.
Hey, he's the ultimate insurer.
Jesus.
When you can't get no insurance, you better have Jesus.
Yes. So what the spiritual application of Ian is that Jesus will be with us through the storm.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And Ian knew about Ian before Ian was formulated. And he knows about you and what you're going through before you were formulated. While you were in the womb, he knew what you could take. He knew the destiny of your life, the outcome, and he knew as long as you stay close to him, he's going to take you through it.
Yeah, because when I look at the stories in the Bible, I'm like, why is Jesus always in the boat and there's a storm coming?
Or sleeping,
walking on it
during the storm.
He's sleeping in the storm. He's walking on the water in the storm. But at the end of the day, all the stories he's where in the storm with the people.
And in one of the stories, he said, "Peace,
be still,
be still."
Yeah, some in the Greek, and like told us, "Shut up." Shut up, wind and waves.
So why did he do that? I mean, why did he sleep first? And then why when somebody woke him up, he decided, he got mad that they woke him up. Then he told the storm to shut up.
Stop giving the people.
I'm just saying.
He wasn't mad. He wasn't mad.
Oh, so you don't. Oh, look, I'm going into the humanistic side.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody wake you up when you're in a deep sleep, you get mad.
I do.
I don't care. You don't like. No matter who it is, he was deep.
But Jesus
slumbered, sleep, and he was doing his miracles all day and everything. And I know he was tired.
He wasn't mad. He was disappointed.
He was both.
So Jesus was sleeping because he felt assured that he was in his master's hands.
Yes, and he, the rest of the disciples, they didn't realize that.
Right, and I think I would have to be like the disciples. I think all of us are like this. When we're going through a storm, we feel the storm is an indication that I must not be in the master's hands.
Or just like your kids, there's a big storm, they're scared. Who do they come to?
They come to
Daddy.
Daddy. Right, but that's why
Daddy.
Christ says we should become.
So it's like if even when it's just a lightning and you're sleeping and you get mad, Caleb come in and say, Daddy, there's a storm. You're like, Caleb, it's all right.
Daddy got you.
Yeah.
I understand your point. And I think that's why the Bible says we should become like little children. Because in little children, you find safety in your daddy's and your father's arms. But as adults, we feel like if there's a storm, that must mean God is not with me. Because remember, the disciples would ask, why is it that this person was born blind? Or why is this person going through this difficulty in their life? This must be the sin that is on them. They must have done something wrong.
Or
right, Job. Remember Job?
Uh-huh.
He lost all his family. There was a storm. He lost all his the roof caved in and killed all his children, all his animals. Right. And so Job's friend, like, okay, what did you do wrong, Job? You must have done something wrong for all this to happen to you. So there comes a point in time, maybe during the teenage years, where it flips from, hey, in the midst of trial and tribulation, I know I can find safety with my father, to in the midst of trial and tribulation, my father must be angry with me. Right? But the Bible says, like, no, he's not angry with you. He's with you. He wasn't angry with the disciples when they were going through the storm. In fact, he's like, I'm sleeping. So you should be sleeping too.
So when you said that they were disappointed,
Jesus was disappointed.
Right. So in that same light, when the rich young ruler, when he was so excited when he was around Jesus, he was so excited after hearing him, and then he said, Master, what must I do to be saved? And he looked at him. He saw his zeal, his attitude to serve. And he said, sell all your possessions. Give to the poor. Follow me.
Yeah.
And he walked away. And so Jesus' boys on the side were like, shoot, if he, who studied the word from his youth, followed all the precepts, if he can't be saved, who can be saved? We can't be. Shoot, hey, we can't do this. This is crazy. They were thinking. I'm just saying.
He said that's when he said it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than a rich man to go to heaven. Now, a lot of times,
then Jesus was disappointed with the rich young ruler walking away.
He was.
Why was that? That's the focus.
But here's when a camel has to go through the eye of a needle, right? A camel has to bend down, and he has to, squeeze himself through that needle. He can't have a lot of baggage and things and different accoutrements on him. He's got to release himself of those things, right? What were the assets you think the rich young ruler had? You said he had many possessions. What were some of the possessions he had?
Everything.
What's everything? Give me an example. What's everything?
Houses,
he had a house. At least a house.
He had a lot.
And he had a land. Probably had cars or special camels back in that day.
But I don't think Jesus was saying that a rich person can't be saved.
No.
I think the point of that matter is that we had, there's nothing that we can do of ourselves that can get us into the kingdom. We can't take on the mantle of do. But with him, with Christ, all things are possible. And so that's what Jesus was trying to let his disciples know. No, all the things that you've done on your own, no, you can't. But you got to realize that you got to give up something of yourself and follow me.
Yeah. And here's a question. What is it that Christ is asking you to give up? Because he is asking you to give up something.
It's that selfishness, that self, whatever it is that you hold on to, that's more important than the service or the serving God.
Mm-hmm. I mean, when we really think about what he asked the rich young ruler to do, it's a conviction on us as well, right? He said, sell everything you have, give it to the poor, and follow me. So you say he had houses, right?
He had great wealth.
So he had a house.
He had more than he had houses.
He had houses.
Right.
I want you to sell your house that you live in. I want you to sell your vacation home in the Caribbean. I want you to sell your winter home in that you go to in the Poconos. I want you to sell your car. No, your cars that you drive. You got a lot of clothes in the closet. Go ahead and sell all those things. Give it to the poor, and then come walk around with me. And Christ had no home. Foxes have holes, right? Mm-hmm. Somebody else has nest. Birds have nests, but the Son of Man has no place of which to lay his head. And so he's asking the rich young ruler to do all of this and follow this guy that doesn't even have a home, right? Doesn't have many possessions other than the robe and tunic he walks around with. Are you ready to do that, Dan?
Well, I'm doing it. You
got a home. You got a home.
But in we go back to the point.
The principle.
The principle. Yes, the principle is to give of yourself for service. Mm-hmm. It wasn't about the possessions, but for him, Christ knew specifically his character, and he was appealing, and he was talking to the specific thing in his character. So that may not be for you, or what it may be something else. It may be a relationship that you're holding on to that it's gone south, and you shouldn't be in it. Your family, it's just a destructive situation, even a destructive job or a destructive means of supporting yourself. God is telling you, Christ is telling you to give that up and follow me. There's something better. So it like I say, it's not that a person's rich or wealthy, because there were rich and wealthy people who supported the movement back then. But it's what whatever your treasures are, whatever that's possessing you, that's being an impediment for you following Christ. That's what you're supposed to give up.
Yeah, but how you take us off the main point of the storm?
Hey, that's because that's the conundrum.
How you gonna take us all the way over to the rich young ruler, and we dealing with the storm?
The tie-ins. I'm glad you asked me.
Yes. What's the tie-in to the storm?
Is that Jesus was disappointed, as he was disappointed with the disciples, that they didn't know what to do and to wake him. They didn't have enough faith. The same disappointment that he saw, that this rich young ruler did not have the faith to follow him.
Now, going back to the storm.
The tie-in.
Going back.
Give me a clap on that. Can we get a clap on that?
No, don't give him a clap. Don't give him a clap.
Clap sound. There we go. He gonna cue that up.
Okay, while he's looking for the cue for the clap, he's searching. Gonna find it 10 minutes from now.
Hey, that's our DJ. There we go. Yeah. There we go. He knows what's to do.
Clap.
All right.
We don't even know what he's clapping for.
Yeah, you do.
But here's the thing that I was thinking that you had us deviated to the rich young ruler.
That's right. Because the point. You want me to go back to
No,
the
I
point?
don't. I do
Okay,
not
you
want
got
to
the
go
point,
back.
though.
We got the
All
point.
right.
We all got
there
the
we
point.
go.
The
You
point
want me
is-
to give another clap
No.
on that? All right, all right.
But we're talking about storms, right? And there's two examples that we give the storms. The first example when Jesus was sleeping in the boat.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some storms that just come regardless. There's other storms. There was the other storm where Jesus was walking on the water, right? And in that story, that storm was sent because the disciples were in conflict with one another. Mm-hmm. They were upset that Jesus wasn't going to take the mantle and become the king of the earthly throne of Israel. And so that there are authors and inspired writers that say that God had sent this storm to them to get their mind off of themselves, and that so that they can think about Jesus. The context was that Jesus had just fed the 5,000. Mm-hmm. They were ready to crown a king, and Jesus like, no, we gotta go. Like, what? No, Jesus, you're gonna be king of kings, and I'm gonna be second in command, and I'm gonna be head of this cabinet. And everybody was looking at what cabinet and leadership position they was gonna get, and they was fighting, just like, I gotta take them away from this. And listen, you guys are gonna cross over the ocean, and I'm gonna go pray to my Father, and I'll meet you on the other side. Like, how is Jesus going to meet them on the other side? It's not like they left a boat for him. So it's a whole different story. So they were in the boat just fussing at one another. See, Pete, this is all your fault, Peter. If you wouldn't have done what you did, then we wouldn't be in this situation. And then Matthew was like, yeah, I was talking to Jesus the other day, and he was going to make me second in command right under him.
That's what Jesus said.
No, that's what Matthew said. Jesus said. I don't know if he said that, but that's the argument that Matthew was making. Mm-hmm. And John was like, I don't know. I'm the beloved. I spent a lot of time with him. If anybody was going to be second in command, the way I look at it, in my humble opinion, it would have probably been me.
Doesn't that sound like a lot of church boards and
for
organizations?
Sure. For sure.
Who's going to be first?
And then Judas, he was looking at the money like, listen. I'm smarter than all you guys. I'm watching the money. I'm the treasurer. I'm the CEO, the CFO. So I have more experience than the rest of you young bucks. It's definitely going to be me. And they was fighting and they was arguing. And all the while, Jesus was up praying to his Father. Like, oh my goodness, Lord. This is not what I've come here for. Lord, help him to understand that I haven't come for an earthly kingdom, but for a heavenly kingdom. And then the storm comes down. The rain and the wind, kind of like Hurricane Ian's gonna be bringing us.
That's a lot of exegesis that you do.
Oh, you gotta study it, man. You gotta study. You gotta read some of the commentaries and look it up in the Greek and so as the storm is coming now, they not fighting over who's gonna be first. They're like, oh man, oh my goodness, we gotta get rid of this water. We gotta make sure we get to the other side, and how we gonna deal with it. And, like, hey, how we making? I don't know. We filling up quick. You dumping enough water back there? Like, oh my goodness, where is God when we need him? Where is God? And then Pete's like, hold up. Jesus was walking by, right? He sees he's walking by because he's always got an eye on us. That's the funny thing. He's always got an eye. He always knows where we are. So he's walking. And as he was going to walk by, he wasn't going to say nothing to him.
Or this. Okay, he wasn't going to say nothing.
He wasn't. He's just going. You know how you walking in the street, somebody just walk by you. It's like, oh, you just going to walk by me and not say hello? You just going to walk by and not say nothing? And so that's what he's going to do. Like, listen, unless you call on him, right? He's not going to impose himself on you. You got to call on him. You have not because you what? Ask not. That's what it says. So he's walking by. Pete, look, Pete's always looking out. Be like, is that? Oh, that's a ghost. That's Casper. and then Pete's like, is that you, Jesus? It's like, yeah, it's me. And Pete's like, if it's really you, tell me to come out. Tell me to come out and walk. And so she's like, come on, it's me. Say, imagine, can you picture Peter getting ready to take his first step outside of the boat? Can you picture that? Think of it. You're in the boat, middle of the storm now. The storm is still going on. Jesus did not stop the storm yet. It's still winding. It's still a lot of wind. It's still a lot of rain and lightning.
Imagining how Peter's personality was. Either he jumped out the boat or he hesitantly got out.
I don't think he jumped.
Because he wanted to know immediately.
Right.
So I think he jumped out and was like, ooh, okay. I can't believe this. I'm on this. It's either two ways. Either he said, I want to know that this is Jesus immediately, or if not, I want to get back in this boat.
So did he go out?
I don't think he tiptoed.
You
out.
think he went 2 feet?
I think he jumped out over there.
2 feet up in there.
Just to find out. I don't think it was no head. I think Jesus had to say, come on now. No, it's all right. Come on. I think he just, boom, I'm landed.
That's true, because Pete was an egotistical kind of guy.
Yeah. So I think he wanted to know immediately.
He jumped out like 2 feet up in the air, boom, and then landed. It was like, oh my goodness.
Then that made him feel good.
And then he started walking, right?
Uh-huh.
And then see, here's the story, because like you say, he was egotistical. The story is this: some inspired writers say he was doing well. He was walking, keeping his eyes on Jesus. I'm coming, Lord. I'm coming through the rain, through the lightning and the thunder and the wind and the waves. He was still coming. And then he's like, oh, my goodness, I'm walking on water. And he looked back at his boys in the boat to see
if they were looking
at him. If they were looking at him.
Probably had that grin on his face.
For sure, he looked back and like, oh, look at your boy walking on water. You see him, way. And then when he tried to turn back to see Jesus, he didn't see him now because a big wave was in his like, oh, where's Jesus? I'm going the wrong way. So now he starts to sink.
I think as soon as he took his eyes off.
I wonder how far down he went into the water before Jesus saved him. How far down did he go before Jesus went and picked the joker up and saved him?
He probably went down just as far enough before he said, help.
I think he said help under the water.
Right. Blowing bubbles and Jesus
coughing up all the water.
Wow.
And so we look at the storm. Like sometimes,
So we can't stay focused on the problem.
Gotta focus on
stay
Jesus.
Focused on Jesus.
Yeah, storms come to keep us focused on Jesus. Like, listen, I don't know. I'll be praying. I'll be like, Lord, please send the hurricane away.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I pray that, each new update is bringing it closer. So at the end of the day, it's coming.
That's right. So the moral of the story: make sure you keep your eyes on Jesus.
Listen,
hey, be smart, prepare. Make sure you get your all your things in order. Check on everybody, but make sure you're prepared for this storm because God, Christ is in it. He'll see you through, and He wants you to just not focus on yourself, but find out if there's anybody else that needs some help that you could help out.
He'll be with you. Now, He is going to be with you.
He's going to be with us.
As you hear the wind and you see hear the rain.
The billows, bro.
You look outside and you see the trees bending halfway over and you're thinking, oh, is my roof going to stay on? As
worried about your insurance.
Don't worry about your insurance.
Jesus got you.
Jesus is going to bring you through. Jesus is with you in the house, whatever room you're in with no lights on. Jesus is there, right next to you.
Remember this conversation that we're having, whoever's out there.
The angels are going to be in there with you.
Jesus is going to be with you.
He's going to be, he promises to be with us through the storm.
Sean, give him a prayer.
Give him a prayer.
Yeah, give us a prayer before we go on.
Okay. Dear Heavenly Father, we're worried about Ian now.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in Orlando and we're worried about Ian. We don't know what it's going to do. We don't know if we're going to have our houses still going to be there. Are we going to have enough food? How long is electricity going to be out?
Yes.
And that's our worry in Central Florida. But there are people on the coast over in Tampa and Sarasota, which is right next to the oceans. And they're talking about, 15 feet of waves and stuff coming on shore.
Mercy.
Lord, first of all, give us wisdom. So when the order of evacuation comes and we need to evacuate, give us wisdom in our decisions in whether or not we should stay or go. But more than that, Lord, give us strength.
Yes.
As we're going through the storm, help us to remember what you told the disciples, to have faith in you.
Shelter us in the storm.
Shelter us in the time of storm, Lord. Be with our homes, be with our houses, be with our lives, be with our loved ones, Lord.
Yes.
Keep us, Lord, during this time, Father. And we ask that when we come on the other side, next week, Tuesday, when we come back to the radio show, that we will give you all the praise, the honor, and the glory forever. For Christ's sake.
Amen.
And amen.
Yes, yes, yes. This has been brought to you by the law offices of Sean R.H. Smith, your elder law attorney in estate planning, where a will is not a way to avoid probate.
But we have to educate you to avoid probate.
Yes, and we're going to hear some testimonies next week.
Next week, Tuesday.
Yeah, give us some testimonies now, some praise reports.
So it's been a privilege to be here again on Community Matters on WOKB 1680, your urban empowerment and